I would like to give you a content warning for this episode where we discuss existential struggles and health traumas. This podcast openly talks about each human's authentic, individual experiences. Don't worry, we don't go into too much detail, but if you are uncomfortable about these subjects, you may want to avoid the second half of the episode. Please take care of yourself and don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it. Resources are also available in my show notes. As humans, we are all defined by several synonyms or words that represent who we are to ourselves and others. Hence, this is for you. Hello, dear humanity. Welcome to the second season of Human Thesaurus. I'm your host / wide-eyed, Wish Ronquillo Peacock. Human Thesaurus is an intersection between a vast lexicon that best describes our human nature. I chat with my fascinating friends and acquaintances who I love to talk to about everything under the sun with this podcast. It's like catching up with them in a cafe or over cocktails, and here you are eavesdropping on our conversations while we explore what words define who they authentically are. Subscribe now. Episodes are released weekly. For this new season, I'll make my own new intro. My guests will provide this to us in the same format, so I'll start. My name is Wish, same as the words cheerleader as a noun, plotting as a verb, and feisty as an adjective. I like the word malarkey, and I dislike the word puss. How's that sound? Patton is an artist, a movie geek, a pirate who is also a self-confessed hermit like me. He's also a tech entrepreneur, and he sees the world in movies. He tries to insert famous movie lines in between conversation with unsuspecting muggles, as always. He loves stories. He loves all people from all walks of life, their unique personalities, and tries to imagine how God must be going crazy listening to all these thoughts and conversations all at once, right? Patton never says no to a dare, which gets him in trouble, I think. He believes in trying anything at least once for science. Yeah, sure. I met Patton in my very naive and gullible early 20s, I think 23, 24. We met through his cousin where I had a really dark, nightmarish past with. But set that aside, I really gained a wonderful person, which is Patton. We had some history, to be honest with you, I think. But it's one of those things when you were very young, we just really have a chemistry together and we both geeked out. We always have this wonderful, very, very geeky and deep and crazy and all of these hullabaloo of stuff to talk about. I find him as my own kind of oracle of the medieval times for some reason. Anyway, my synonyms for Patton are Orlando Bloom as a noun. He looks like him. Geeking as a verb, and bright-eyed as an adjective. Within this conversation, you'll further understand why I describe him as such. So here he is, Patton Lucas.
Hey guys, hey Wish. My name is Patton. Same as the words pirate as a noun, marooned as a verb, and adventurous as an adjective. I like the word chiaroscuro, and I dislike the word impossible.
Ooh.
Impossible.
What's chiaroscuro, if you can kind of relate it to everyone?
Chiaroscuro is a term in the art world where in paintings, usually with classical paintings, where the shifting from light to dark is seen. So it's like the play of shadows and light on a subject.
Mhm.
and that's chiaroscuro. So I always found it fascinating because, you know, it's like this old adage that, oh my God, wish. I don't think people are using this anymore. Um, the old adage of the brighter the picture, the darker the negative.
Yes.
Growing up, I would see life like that. So, oh, this family is so bright and cheery. I'm sure there's something dark beneath it. What goes on behind?
I haven't seen you in a while, and this is what I could remember. We kind of make fun of observing other people around us.
Oh yes, we love people watching. It's one of the things that brought us together. I think. My God, wish impressionable youths we were.
We were. We were. You were like kind of this at first, like you were this very elusive guy for me, but you reveal everything anyway, but I still find it elusive. So it's just a contradiction of each, of each other, like each description of you. And then from there it's just revelation per revelation. And it's just like unwrapping a gift.
Oh my God, I actually do not know how to take that, but sure, I'll take that as a compliment because we are vain people.
Are we?
Anyways, well, first things first, thank you so much for your kind words. I mean, it's like it brought back a lot of memories. Like, oh my God, she still remembers that? Wow, cool. It's very interesting now seeing or remembering the pattern
Mm,
or pattern and wish back then and the pattern and wish now. And I must say, wow, kudos to you, Wish. I mean, it's like throughout my life and career,
mhm.
we would bump into each other every now and then. And every time I would bump or hear about you, it's always you exploring something new from hosting, from radio, and now this. I'm like, what is Wish up to today? And I'm like, you are just sorry. I'm gonna do it. It's like the scene in Seven where Brad Pitt goes, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" It's like it's a surprise, you know. Anything can happen with Wish.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And there's more to come. You're just gonna be mind blown. I'll probably gonna see you in the next probably 7 to 8 weeks, and I'm
What?
just gonna reveal quite a few things. Yeah, I'm gonna visit Manila, so we have to hang out because
Yes,
it's been a long time. When was the
yes.
last time we saw each other?
Ooh, with that tech startup that you invited me to.
Mm,
Yeah, cause I was trying to start this little app idea that I had
yes.
with my ex back then. And you were helping out,
Yes.
and so we had a bit of coffee to catch up. And since you were also with other VCs, since you were reviewing projects or ideas to get approved for investors, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah. So yeah.
Ah. So that was 2016. That
Yes.
was towards the end, third quarter to fourth quarter 2016.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So from then till now, what have you been up to nowadays?
Oh my God, roller coaster ride. You know, I really got to start changing my attitude about not never saying no to a dare because
Mm-hmm.
I got myself into all sorts of trouble. So first off, the girlfriend that I was with back then, the
Mm-hmm.
one that you met, we broke up. Literally, almost ended up in the streets. And
What?
to give you a little bit of context, so
Yes.
growing up, I wasn't really close with my family for very, very long convoluted reasons.
Yes.
But to cut a long story short, it got to the point. Oh, well, it's almost like I I disowned my whole family. Anyways,
Yeah.
when I broke up with my ex and I almost was on the streets, it came to the point that my friend Ron Regis,
Yes.
yeah, Ron told me, dude, why don't you just call your sister?
Right.
And I took that phone call and I called the second to the eldest sister and I told her about my situation.
Mm.
And I was so embarrassed and I was so, it's humility times, times a million.
Yes, I
And
get it.
And what she told me was, Patton, just come here. I
Oh.
mean, she didn't ask for an explanation. She didn't ask me what happened. She didn't gloat or like, ha, now you come to us for help. But she just said, come over here. We'll figure this out.
Oh.
And oh my God, Wish, it was like, ever since that fateful day, I've been on a self realization journey up until now, actually. So,
Mm-hmm.
I hung out with my sister
Yeah.
and her family. I stayed at her place for some time until I got back on my feet,
Right.
and I got to spend almost 2 years with my nephews.
Oh.
My nephews are all like in college or have graduated and are looking for work, right? And I remember one of my nephews and I would bond.
Yeah.
His name is Paulo.
Yep.
During our bonding sessions where we would be smoking, it's like
Nice.
it's
Nice.
like, dude, I can't believe you're smoking. The last time I saw you, you were like this little kid running around the place. Anyways, he told me, you know what? Growing up, we always thought that you were the cool uncle. And every Christmas, every family reunion, you would not be there. So much so that my big brother Anton and I
Mm.
would go to our mom and ask her, Mom, does Uncle Patton think we're not cool? How come he's not with us?
Oh.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my
Wish. When he
gosh.
said that, I bawled. I cried. I'm like,
Oh.
I am so sorry. I was dealing with baggages. It has nothing to do with you guys. It was
Oh.
between me and my mom. It didn't have anything to do with my sister, actually.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with you guys at all. It's like,
Yeah.
but then I realized, what have I done? What have I been doing to the people who love me, who I
Mm.
thought didn't care but actually did? And that was a big eye opener.
Wow. That is very powerful, isn't it? It's just sometimes there's this one speck in our eye, and we can't get rid of it, that you want to scratch off your entire eye because of it. And there are repercussions. But I think the good thing that happened in this case, right? Like, you were at the lowest point in your life. The gift there, I think, is that it wasn't that too late for you to realize all of these things that you do have, that with your relationship with your mother and everything else, there are people who never really fully met you before who still loves you, because it's hard, right? Because when we're adults, we try and we tend to choose our own family, whether they're real blood family or not. We do that. But I'm so happy for you that you came to this place now with having a relationship with your sister and your nephews. Is it just nephews, or you have nieces too?
Oh, just nephews. And
Mm.
well, yeah, so ever since that, I've been really trying to support everybody, trying to be there for and with everybody. So yeah, it's what do they call it? Like a blessing in disguise, I
Yes.
guess.
And
Yeah.
in Filipino terms, it's blessing in the sky.
In the oh God, oh God, that is that is that a mom joke? Is that a dad? That's definitely a dad joke. But since you said it,
Oh my god, I'm a dad now, so
again, what's in the box? What's wish now?
this is so funny, because a part of my thinking of catching up with you here is that I wanted to actually ask you, because, you have a very interesting story growing up with you. Let's just put it plainly that you kind of disown your family. So, my question actually, this is so strange because you already kind of preempted this, because
Oh,
I'm about to ask you, is like, what are your reflections now that we're adulting in hindsight, that how do you view all the choices that you made when you were young that's affecting you now as an adult? So can you add more, because this is so strange, we're still connected, dude.
I know, right? It's weird, and I do have this attitude that I know it's not healthy, or maybe it
Mm,
is. I don't know. Usually, when I'm in a relationship, I have this thing where I mix my friends up, right? So much so that when the time comes and the relationship is not moving forward and we have to break it off, instead of having to go through the whole thing of like, okay, friends, choose
mm,
which one you'll be siding with, blah blah blah. I just said, you know what, I'll just cut everybody out.
yeah.
And those who choose to stay are usually the ones who really know me from
Yeah.
the deep down, as in like who I grew up with, and they know that nah, whatever stories this ex is telling about Patton, nah, that's not Patton. Nah, 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 he's never gonna do that. Only because I have this mindset, and I guess you have it too. It's like because we've been traveling,
Mm,
because we have had experience working outside or being outside of countries and being outside of comfort zones, is we're able to make friends with other nationalities, with
yes.
people in other parts of the globe. And in Manila, there's always this saying. Actually, it was a saying that was said by my recent ex that don't fight people because you never know when they're going to be your next business partner, or when they're going to be important in your life. A-
Mm.
And I'm like, yeah, right. You're only saying that because you're stuck in Manila. It's like, I can be anywhere in the world, and I can establish connections, woman. With regards to the reflection,
Hmm.
the context of that on why I'm able to do that so easily, whereas a person from the outside might view me as like this cold-hearted person, like how can you cut off people like that? The context of that is growing up as a kid, I was constantly moving.
Yeah.
The family was constantly moving depending on our financial status, but our family used to be well to do, but when I was born in the part where we were not well to do anymore. So we
Mm.
kept moving houses in different cities and all that stuff. And I believe we met because I was staying over at my cousin's place
Yeah.
because my mom couldn't support us all together. So we had to separate. So I stayed over at my cousin's place. With that, I was also transferring schools.
Yeah.
And so I don't have those like friends. Oh, I've known this person since grade school. I never had that.
Mm.
That's a bad thing growing up as a kid, right? But the good thing is, I could literally go into a room full of strangers, and before the night is done, we're all friends.
Yes.
Because I was constantly moving, I was constantly making new friends in different schools. The downside of that is I don't know how to keep friends
Right.
because we're always moving. And in my head, I never got to celebrate any friend's birthday.
Mm.
So when it came to being an adult, it was difficult for me to even remember my friend's birthday. Like, oh crap, it's his birthday. Oh no, what do I get him? What do I, like panic. It was panic. It's kind of funny how, as a kid, and I believe I told you this back when we were having our talks.
Mm.
It's like I will never be like whatever happened to my parents. I'll never be like them. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And yet here we are now. Here I am now, going through the motions of doing the same mistakes that my parents have done. And I'm like, what the hell?
Like, what mistakes do you think they are?
Oh well, usually with the relationships part, like
Mm.
I learned after my mom passed away that she had multiple relationships and that my sisters and brothers were not really full blooded.
Mm.
Like the only ones who are full blooded are my two sisters. My
Right.
brother and I were from different fathers. I used to call our family the United Colors of Benetton because it's like we're, we're from all over the place. Um,
It's obviously we're from this 80s.
oh no! Did I give myself away? Ah,
Yeah,
crap.
you did.
Oh well, edit that out. No, but yeah. So when that bomb hit me,
Mm.
rewind flashback. I was in Vietnam
Yeah.
and I was teaching my mom to use Yahoo Messenger back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then she messaged me one day at work telling me, "Oh, another great man in my life has passed away." And then she told me the name of this guy who I've always heard throughout, you know, growing up and stuff.
Mm.
And I also know that many, many years ago, when I was in high school, I got a call from my grandmother
Yeah.
saying that, "Oh, Patton, I'm gonna pass away soon. I need to tell you a secret."
Oh.
She's still alive, by the way. she she outlived my mom. I'm like, Grandma, whatever it is you were eating back then, you,
Tell me the secret.
the secret. Oh my god. Anyways, the secret she told me was that the father that I knew growing up was not my father, and she mentioned the name of the guy that my mom was mentioning now. So that was the opening I had. So I asked my mom, it's like, so is it true? And then my mom opened up and said, "Oh, I only did it to protect you, blah, blah, blah."
Mm,
You know, Parents, they always do everything to protect the kid. They don't realize that it's actually doing more harm than
then
protection.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first bomb that hit my life, and I felt so disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
It was both bad and good at the same time because, okay, this is going to be some really sensitive topic. So I was in Vietnam. I just
Mm-hmm.
broke up with a girl that I really thought I was going to tie the knot with. And the reason why I was in Vietnam was for her because
Mm,
I wanted to, build a life, blah, blah, blah. She broke up with me, and then the bomb hit me from my mom. And I really thought, like, you know what? Let's just end things.
mm,
I was visiting like buildings in Vietnam, taking a look down, like, oh, that's kind of high. That looks really cool. Anyways,
mm.
a friend got worried about me.
Yeah.
She contacted me and said, "Hey, Patton, you know what? If you feel like jumping off a building, why don't you join me bungee jumping in Hong Kong? Come on."
Mm,
I thought, oh, what the hell? Anyway, so I joined her.
mm-hmm.
We went bungee jumping in the Guinness Book of Record highest bungee in the Macau Tower.
Oh, okay.
Dude, as in, when I jumped, there was a switch that turned in my head. And I thought to myself, you know what? If I could get over my fear of heights, I mean, I didn't have a chronic fear of heights, but anybody who sees like, that high
Yeah.
is going to be
Yeah.
afraid, right? So
Yes.
if I can get over that fear, I can do anything.
Yes.
And so what I did, I quit my job in Vietnam, came back to the Philippines with only my
Mm.
savings, and I thought, what's the thing that I've always wanted to do that I never did because I was afraid? Acting.
Yes.
So I got into acting.
Mm-hmm.
I landed a few roles and some indie films in one of the largest networks here in the Philippines, ABS, CBN.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I was dating somebody, and my manager told me that, oh, you need to make yourself available to people. You
Yeah.
should not be seen with somebody. And so the girl I was dating did not like that. And so, to appease the woman, I thought, oh, it must be a good idea to do this for love. And so I did not pursue my acting career anymore.
Seriously?
Yes, even though I was on the upward trend, as in the
Yeah.
director liked me, he was giving me speaking lines already.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Wow. Sorry, I'm speechless because I could have expected that you won't. But actually I understand.
A lot of my friends have told me that I think I need to learn self love because for some strange reason, I keep giving everything to my partner.
Yes.
And I'm not even thinking about myself, like any future repercussions and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another self reflection. So, guys, never do anything life changing for a woman.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you don't. You really have to do it for you because now I'm beginning to a little bit more remember as well and pulling it out. It's like, I think that's why we never really dated because I remember that time that you're still having some issues with your ex that's a girlfriend that's not really a girlfriend that's an ex but not really, it's just around and around. And then your cousin, the only good thing about your cousin is that she warned me about you. So I was, as much as I was naive and gullible, I know that you will never ever commit to me. And I was also reeling from former relationships. So one, actually, at that time, one former relationship only. And so I think that's where the elusive part of you is coming from, in my impression at that time. I can't seem to grasp you because you're somewhere else.
That's very interesting. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I think after my recent ex, since I was staying at my sister's house, right?
Yeah.
My sister and my friends all told me, do not get a girlfriend. It's like, Patton, ever since we've known you, you've never had a period where you didn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
That made me think, like, oh, damn, you're right. You know what? Yeah, maybe I should just spend time with myself and try to figure out what I want to do. And, wow, so sorry.
Why?
But
It's
yes,
okay. Don't apologize.
no, but yes, focus on yourself first, because if your partner really loves you and believes in you and has the same values and focus as you, they will go with you
Yes.
in your path, in your journey. And if your journey is not on the same path or the same road, then at least you had a good time, and you split ways amicably,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't try to force the relationship even though it's already ended. Or in the words of
Go ahead.
in the words from House of Gucci, is like, this is where the book ends. This is where the story has ended.
Yeah.
I had to learn. It took me 40 years to learn that.
My golly, by golly, but you got there. So this is the important thing. I think that's a rolling kind of lesson so far doing this podcast amongst my friends is that it's never too late, and it's just that journey, because when you look back at it, Patton, I mean, the way you're talking right now, is that you're full of wisdom. I mean, I could still see that you're still you, but a more matured, more learned person, you
Thank
know?
you. Thank you. That
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. But how are you right now with your relationship? I saw on I stalked you on Facebook that I don't use anymore because I was thinking I wanted you to be my guest. I haven't spoken with you in a long time. So I looked at your Facebook and I saw that there is a special woman in there. Tell me about it.
Oh, my current flame is a person I met during the pandemic.
Mhm. How?
So I'm so going to get into trouble. We're not allowed to go out, but I had a car. Okay.
Right.
And I was bored because you can only game so much. Because I'm a gamer, right? So
Yes.
like when the pandemic hit and everybody was supposed to stay in, I'm like, no problem. Introvert here. I'm just gonna play games all the time.
Yes.
After some time, I started to get bored,
Mm.
and I'm like, okay, let's check out the market. So I went into one of those dating apps. I think it's Bumble. Bumble,
Oh.
actually. I swiped right on this girl that I found pretty, and I forgot about it. A few days later, I get a message from her, and you knowing me, Wish,
Mhm.
I'm not really the type of person who answers his phone like immediately. Or I'm not that really good with social media.
Yep.
She asked me to add her up on Instagram. Like,
Nope.
sure, I don't use that. The last post I had on Instagram was like 3 years ago, but sure, I added her up and she was sending me messages. But after almost 1 month, I checked my Instagram, like, oh my God, she was messaging me. So I said, you know what? Hey, let's meet up. Thinking that, okay, if this person is scared, she's gonna say no.
Mhm.
Problem solved, right? And then she said, yes, sure, meet me here. I'm like, whoa, okay. And since I don't say no, challenge accepted. So, so I drove over to her place. And if you ask her, that's the same thing she thought, like, wow, this guy is not afraid. He actually went to see me. So we spent the majority of the pandemic hanging out with each other, getting to know each other, and so much so that she was wondering why I was 40 and I was still single and I didn't have kids. And I'm like, well, I've just been focused on my career.
Mhm.
Like, that's the script I had in my head, right? But then she asked me, tell me the truth. Has anybody asked you to have a kid?
Mhm.
And I'm like, no. And like, why? Like, you know what? I don't know.
Mm.
When we were growing up, especially here in the Philippines, growing up as a kid, as a male child,
Yep.
your parents would always tell you, Patton, if you grow up, if you get someone pregnant, both your lives will be ruined, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
So I took that literally. so, so I have mastered the art of not getting anybody pregnant, right? so, so, so apparently I found out later on that Filipino women have this thing that they want to get pregnant, but they're not going to tell you about it. So
They do?
I don't
I
know.
mean, I'm Filipina, but I really didn't really give a shit about that before.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I think I get it. I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly. Yeah.
When she said that, the thing you should know about me is when you tell me something and it gets planted in my brain, I'm not going to be able
Mhm.
to sleep for months on end, right?
Yeah.
So, so it got stuck in my brain. I'm like, damn it, why hasn't any? Yeah, like, come on, I'm a good-looking guy. I'm smart.
Yeah.
I think I have good genes. How come nobody has ever asked me that? Am I that bad a person? Like, oh my god. Anyways, to cut a long story short, she would like for me to consider having a child with her because she has a deadline as well.
Yeah.
After giving it much thought and hanging around even more, I said, yeah, let's give it a try.
Wow.
And so, first thing I did was I proposed to her. She said yes, by the way. So,
Congratulations.
yeah, I know,
Yay!
right?
Oh my god. Oh, my baby's growing
I would have
up.
never thought. You know how many YouTube videos for how to propose with an engaging
Oh my god, you
engagement
could
ring
have
I had to.
called me.
So like, what do I do? Oh my god! I mean, I've watched all the movies, but those are not accurate, right? So,
Yep.
but I was able to pull it off, and she said yes. So thank God.
Yay.
Yeah, but things were all bright and cheery. But as I said, the old adage, the brighter the picture, the darker the negative. So,
Mhm.
so she got pregnant,
Oh,
and
wow.
we were really trying to take care of the child.
You have a child now?
I'm getting to that.
Okay, okay, sorry, sorry.
6 months prior to, because she moves about from the Philippines to the US because she's actually an international model.
Oh, okay.
She's a beauty queen in the Philippines, and then she's got gigs in the US. So
Mm.
every now and then she flies there. She was supposed to give birth in the US because it was timed with her gig, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So on the 6th month in the Philippines, a month before she was supposed to fly to the US, we had our baby checked,
Yep.
and it turns out that the baby was not forming properly. I
Oh,
think that's the diagnosis. It was tough. We had to decide if we wanted to keep our baby or let the baby go.
right,
But here in the Philippines, there was no abortion. Abortion is illegal. We
right.
can do underground, but that might risk her life as well. So, like, no, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
But we consulted a lot of doctors, and they all said the same things. Like, based on what we see from the ultrasound, from the scans,
Mhm.
the intestines are outside, the
Oh,
heart is somewhere else, the skull is not formed. The chance of survival is going to be very slim. If the baby does survive, it's going to have a lot of complications.
I'm so sorry.
I know. It's okay. I mean, it's my first time to deal with this. I've never been a father, I've never been a dad,
Yeah.
and I've always been a feminist, of course.
Yes.
I told her the only thing that came into my mind is like, look, it's your body. I mean, it's our child. You know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's your body.
Yes.
You do what you have to do. But you know my stand.
Yeah.
In the US, we she did the deed.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We almost broke up. As in, I was so depressed.
Yeah.
That same sister, we went to the beach
Yes.
just for me to unwind. And what I did to get out of my depression is, as usual, get into my games.
Mm.
I got this really old game called Diablo 3.
Wow. That's you love that shit.
Yes, I do. I mean, it's a throwback. Like, oh my god, this game's still
My
alive until
god.
now. But what I did, I created a character
Yeah.
using the name that we gave our baby, which is Penelope.
Oh.
And oh my god, I played the crap out of the game until she was the most decked out. All high level items. I did not talk to anybody for almost 2 months. I just kept playing and grinding the
Oh
game.
my gosh.
And when
Yeah.
she finally came back, apparently the hospital that she went to, they did cremation services.
Mm.
She gave Penelope to me, and
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
know.
I'm so sorry. That is quite loaded, and I'm really, really sorry. If you haven't gone through that notion, you would not understand. So, okay, fine. I'm just going to admit it too. So, I had a miscarriage as well
What?
last April.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But I can't imagine what you and your lady has gone through because that's mostly you've invested so much in it already. Mine is only 7 weeks.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, Wish.
It's okay. It's okay. For me, I find comfort only because you find reasons that this is not for me, not perfect for us yet, and it didn't have a heartbeat yet for
Right.
me to feel that it's humanized,
Mm,
you know?
yeah.
So that's my comfort zone. So I'm okay with it. We're okay with it. We're very pragmatic about how these things work. And also at my age, I know the risks at that time. I mean, wow, I'm revealing this in public now, but I think it has to be said. And thank you for sharing yours because this is a very vulnerable topic, I think.
Yeah.
Um, so thank you for sharing that because I think it's easier. It's helpful for us to say this in public, especially with what's happening in the US and,
Yes.
overturning Roe and things, which I don't want to talk about
Yes.
politics at all. But
Exactly.
the pain, where you are right now with that very serious experience.
Well, going back to the story of me trying to jump on a rooftop and me doing the bungee jump
Mm,
and the disclaimer that should come after.
yes.
Ever since that incident, I thought to myself that I should have died back in Vietnam if not for that friend.
Mm,
So every time I go through something that's life changing or like something devastating, I just think to myself, you know what? I'm supposed to be dead already, so let's just take it for what it is and just live through this other life like a ghost. Now, so that's what would have happened if I stayed, something like that. So
mm,
that helped me, I guess. That kind of mindset helped me get through my demons
right.
and the depression. And even with what happened with Penelope, I was like, even with that mindset, it was cracking. That
Mm,
mindset shield, it was cracking because
mm-hmm,
she planted the thought of having a baby in my head, and it encompassed my whole being throughout the time that she was pregnant.
mm,
And I was excited. I was like, oh my god, this
right.
is what it feels like. I'm finally gonna be in, just like other people are in that stage. And so when it didn't happen, wow, it was like whatever force field I had in my brain,
Mm-hmm.
there were cracks all over, and I don't know. I'm just speechless. Like that scene from The Lord of the Rings with King Theoden.
I've been waiting for this coining. Okay. I know
With
it will
King
come up at
Theoden.
some
I
point.
know.
Okay,
Sorry.
please go
All
ahead. Sorry.
all time favorite.
Of course.
With King Theoden burying his son is like no no parent should ever have to bury their child. And
Yeah.
like wow.
Yeah. I'm really so sorry.
No, I'm so sorry for you too. And you know what, Wish? I would get the usual stuff. Now, oh, everything happens for a reason. Oh, uh, um, God gave this to you because He knows you're strong. Blah blah blah.
Mm,
And I remember telling that specific friend who told me that specific line.
mm-hmm.
You know what? Can God just give me a break? It was like, okay, I've taken almost everything you have thrown at me. Can you just give me one nice thing, please? But yeah, yeah. At least you and I, we're made of stern stuff. We're we're
Exactly.
we're survivors.
Absolutely. And would you try again?
Is this gonna be public?
No, okay. I was just thinking, just being very honest as your friend. Somebody else implanted the idea of fatherhood to you, and it never occurred before. So I'm just gonna give you a background. Why hasn't anyone asked you about it? Because you, I mean, even for me, I never ever asked you about it consciously because I could see and you kind of gave me the impression from the beginning that we met until, the process of our entire friendship that you're not interested in this portion because of everything that has happened to you growing up. So for your friends not to ask you, is that being mindful not to bring up or not to trigger anything that's a little bit insensitive for us to ask, just to give you a different kind of side
Yeah.
to why hasn't anybody asked you. We never had any doubt. I mean, for me, I'm just going to speak for myself. I don't have any doubt that you're going to be a good father because you're a very caring person. You see us very in very specific forms, your friends, you really see us the way we are, and so we know that you're going to be a very good parent, and you always try your best and things like that, and we know it's going to reflect. So that's my side of the story. But now, don't you think that someone implanting that idea that you never had thought before is you following other people again, i.e. your significant other versus you really wanting it for yourself? But I think we're past that now. You had the feeling
Ooh,
that you may become a father and you really enjoy that,
that's a good
even
one.
with the heartache that you have right now. So that's why I'm asking, would you try again?
That's a good one,
Or
Wish.
is it too early for me to ask that? Or am I being insensitive?
No, 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 no. That's a very good question, and I think it's a topic that I have been dreading
Mm-hmm.
to talk about with my fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Because what are we gonna name the other kid? Penelope too? I mean,
You
I
can, but probably not a good idea.
poor kid, poor kid. No,
It's gonna be a boy Penelope. Literally.
Penelope.
Penelope?
Penelope. No, no, no. I really don't know. I think my brain reset back to the old pattern of like not even considering it again.
Hmm.
And I don't know what my reaction is gonna be if she asks me, "Hey, let's try again."
Right.
But right now, we've been focused on our careers.
Yep.
I think it's also good that we have plans that were put on hold because of Penelope coming into our lives. But since that didn't happen, we have decided, okay, let's pursue these things first before we talk again.
Mm. I think this is really a part where you just need to heal. So ultimately, it's all about healing. And you, in my view, I think just recognize that if you're still grieving, you're still grieving. Probably a part of you will always miss Penelope. And you have to just need to accept that it's going to be part of your life. But at the same time, like what you said, we're survivors. We're going to move forward. You're going to little by little heal in different ways. When that topic comes back again in your relationship, then that's going to be a different story altogether. It's the only friendly advice that I could give you.
Thank you. Thank you. Really, really appreciate that. Thanks. But thank you, Wish. Hearing it from you and the roads we've been through. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everything else we do deserve, and God will give us a break. But I think as well, why God is not giving us too much of a break?
Why?
We're gonna get fucking bored, dude.
Well, that's true. I mean, yeah, yeah. It's like he's got to give chance to other people, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but
look at this too.
I mean, the people that we are, that's why I'm thinking sometimes it's like, why can't I just get a break? And then I think it's like, I can't get a break because I'm still going to do something and break something and build something. So it's just like, be careful what you wish for, really. Unless
Oh,
it's
that's true.
me
That's
that you're
true.
wishing for, then it's all good.
Oh, wish. I swear to God, every time I use that word in a sentence, a picture of you pops up in my brain. Like, God damn it, this woman. You know?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to the fun side as we move along. So I'm going to pick you up
Okay.
because that's what we do to each other. What is or was the geekiest thing you've ever done? Because, you're such a geek. The geekiest thing that you've ever done that you're like, oh shit, I've overdone myself.
Uh, oh God. This was when I went to the San Diego Comic Con back in 2015
Yes.
as Will Turner, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. At that time, because San Diego Comic Con is like one of the hardest things to get into, because
Yes.
especially if you're in the Philippines
Yeah.
and the time to register a ticket comes on the website, and then everybody's clicking all at the same time, and with our crappy internet, most probably we're not going to get in, right?
Yeah.
So a very, very, very dear friend of mine actually is also that same person who took me bungee jumping. So
Mm,
yeah, so she saved my life.
she did.
Um,
Yeah.
yes, said, "Hey, Patton, I got 2 tickets for San Diego
Oh
Comic
my
Con.
gosh.
Can you make it?" It's like, I don't have a visa. I don't have a place to stay. It's like, well, you figure that out. It's like, all right, fine. So challenge accepted.
Yes.
So, so what I did, first things first, I needed to secure a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing World of Warcraft ever since like college days, all the way
Duh.
until I was working, right?
Yeah.
And I literally grew up with those guys. And they know about me. And we usually get in touch with each other and keep each other abreast of what's happening in each other's lives. Anyways, when I told them that I had an opportunity to go to the US, they said, "You know what, Patton? If you can get yourself to the US, we'll let you stay at our place."
Oh.
The reason being, our game master actually met everybody. He did a tour around US, Europe, and Asia, but he skipped the Philippines. The only Asian country he
Ah.
went to was Singapore. It's like, oh man,
Mm.
dude. so so it was like you're the only one we have not met yet. Like, okay, fine, fine, fine. So so I went over to get my visa application, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was in line to get interviewed by the consul. I swear to God, I had all of my stuff. I had all of the documents, the usual stuff.
Yeah.
The person in front of me, I could hear him say, "Oh, I work for this big real estate company. I earn 6 figures a month, blah, 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 blah. Why am I denied? Blah, 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 blah." And then he walks away. I'm like, oh, crap.
Ah.
This guy who has the means to actually go gets denied. What chance do I have, right? So I go over to the console. Thank God she was a girl. So I
Mm-hmm.
used all the charms that I could
Oh.
muster. This is
Okay.
the funny part. I said, okay, the purpose of your trip for leisure. So you are going to make a stop at Atlanta. It's like, yes. Why? Because I'm staying with some friends. Okay. What are their names? Their names are, let's say, Bob, Jane, and Alan, right? Okay. What are their full names? I looked at the console in the eye. I'm like, I actually don't know their full names. Like, how do you not know the full names of the people you'll be staying with? You see, I met them in this game called World of Warcraft. and, we, and I never asked for their full names because we always called each other by our first name. She looked at me, okay, and then from Atlanta, you're going to New York. What's there? It's like, oh, I'm staying over at a friend's place. This time I had her full name. It's like, okay, great. What's your relation to her? It's like, oh, well, we had history. But yeah, she got me tickets to San Diego. It's like, oh, you're going to San Diego? It's like, yes, okay. Oh, that's your last stop. Like, yeah. Why? Because I'm representing the Philippines as the Philippine Orlando Bloom, Will Turner. It's like, really? It's like,
Yes.
if you can check my Facebook, just look for Patton. And she did. She actually did. I
Oh,
don't know if that was legal, but
it
she
is.
did. She takes a look and then looks back at me and she goes like, "Yeah, you do look like him." Okay. Stamps. Stamps approved. And when I check my When I checked my passport, visa 10 years. And I'm like, what the
Yes!
hell?
Thank you, Orlando Bloom of the Philippines.
No, thank you, Orlando Bloom, sir. So when I told my friend that, she like told me, you know what, Patton, if I was a consul, it's like red, red, red. Nope, nope, nope. This guy. But maybe it was because I was so honest and so like this guy's so dumb. He's probably not gonna TNT. You know? that, that she approved me. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Being Filipinos and having a Filipino citizenship and slash shitty passport. We're calling it shitty because we have to go through leaps and bounds to get visas from mostly anywhere in the world, mostly Western world. And US visa, especially if you're living in the Philippines, is so hard to get. Especially for tourist visa, everybody would think that we wanted the visitor visa to get to anywhere in the Western world and stay there illegally as an alien.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
so all of us who are just very honest, who just wanted to go to Comic Con and things like that, they probably would not believe. But thank you, Orlando Bloom. Thank you, Patton,
You
for looking like Orlando Bloom. Remember, I was there too at the Comic Con in 2015.
Yeah.
You
But we
messaged
never saw
me.
it. Yeah. But where were you again? Because I got into Hall H. I'm like, oh my god, where are you?
I played you at that time. So I was in San Diego. I normally visit my family in San Diego. And
Ah.
then we were driving in downtown, and I was like, can you please drive me around the Comic Con? I just wanted to like drop by on the public places where they could, I could go. And then my friend was just like, they're cinematographers. They're like, I'm going to take a photo of you. I was like, okay, take a photo of me. And then I posted, and then you messaged me. It's like, you're here too? So I was like, I can't go, I can't turn back now. So I said, yeah, I'm here.
You sneaky wish.
Thank you. But I'm literally at Comic Con and I'm literally in San Diego. So I wasn't lying, man.
Well, all right, fine. Half truths. Well played.
Oh my
You know,
goodness.
I have this rule
Mm-hmm.
that no matter how a person screws me over in life, as long as you screw me over epically, hats off to you. It's like, well played, my friend.
Did
You know?
I? Did
No,
I?
no, you didn't. But I would have never thought that was the circumstance that you were in. So well played. Uh,
Yes. In closing, what's the word or phrase that you can impart to our listeners and why?
oh wow.
Or a phrase.
Or a phrase. Yeah, there's this one phrase that my former boss slash friend now told me that I really imbibed in all the things that I do now is to never be afraid to do something that you're not familiar with. In context, though, that was when I was in video
Mm-hmm.
production. Since I got kicked out of school because I lost my scholarship, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up landing a job early. I had no skills. The only skill I had was I naturally knew how to draw.
Mm.
So my friends took me in. Of course, I was feeling insecure and stuff. And my boss told me, don't be afraid. Sit down there, look at the computer, and play around until you become an expert at
Mm.
it. And that's what I did. And I excelled in the field of design and video production until I went to advertising and until I became where I am now. So, yeah, never be afraid. Don't stop yourself from doing something that you're scared of doing at first or you think you're going to fail at first because you will fail at first, but you just keep doing it and you will excel. You will become an expert eventually. Hashtag no fear.
Yes.
80s.
Such an 80s baby. Well, Patton, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's so nice to catch up with you. Thank you really for sharing your really, really very personal story. And I really, really appreciate you.
It was a pleasure to be invited here, and it's so nice to hear from you again, Wish, and all the crazy stuff that you're doing right now. And thank you for opening up about that very private story of yours. I can't wait to see you in the next few weeks.
From this episode, one of the most important words about life is upheaval. It is a great change, especially causing or involving much difficulty, activity, or trouble. It's similar to words disruption, confusion, disarray, uproar, chaos, turmoil, trouble, pandemonium, bedlam, revolution, furore. Sherlyn Chopra, an Indian actress and model, quoted, "In the midst of all our emotional upheaval caused by ambition, aggression, rejection, transition, addiction, limitation, and competition, the one thing that remains constant within us is our deep desire to be happy." The chaos in our lives are extremely painful most of the time. Sometimes we can't carry on. Sometimes we feel like we cannot really do anything about it. Sometimes we just want to sit and stare at nothing and just let the world go by without us. Sometimes these things that pulls us down is really very heavy, but we cannot stay at a state of upheaval. Because for me, I think when you say the word upheaval, there's something after that, which is to arise or to become victorious, to really reflect in hindsight of what you've been through. It's all about fighting for yourself. Not even for anybody else, but for yourself. You have to fight for your life. You only have one gift, the gift of life to live. And it's sometimes hard that we wanted to have a break, but this is life. We have to experience it, right? It's always a choice whether we take on a path of taking that upheaval into something more positive for us. So it's all up to you. You choose. But if I choose for you, I choose for your greatness. Thank you for listening to Human Thesaurus. Please rate and subscribe and follow me on Twitter or Instagram. Your support is highly motivating for an indie podcaster like myself. Trust me. Join me again next week for another episode. Please note that content warnings for this episode are also listed on the show notes page, plus a few global resources pages to get information and support. Please take care of yourself and don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it.